Be one small country in the world guided by Christian values, nothing sectarian or theocratic, but just roughly Christian precepts, and that actively cares about supporting families. Well, our leaders say, no, there cannot be any country on earth like that. It's just too threatening. But the voters of Hungary said, yeah, we're happy to be that country. And why wouldn't they be? We talked to Orban last summer. He said that Hungary, because of those positions, has become a kind of capital for conservatives around the world. Watch. I've noticed in the last few nights in Budapest, I've run into a number of Americans who have come here because they want to be around people who agree with them, who agree with you. Do you see Budapest as a kind of capital of this kind of thinking?
The capital of that kind of thinking, or one of the capitals, because the other Central European countries are also very competitive and producing very nice ideas and organizing that kind of communities of conservative and Christian Democrats thinkers as we do.
Eva Vlardingerbroek is a legal philosopher who spent an awful lot of time in Hungary and, of course, in Europe, where she's from. She joins us tonight. Eva, thanks so much for coming on. What do you think Orban's fourth victory means for the world?
Oh, it is a massive win. It's not just a win for Hungary, but it's definitely also a win for Europe. And that's funny because you can tell that everywhere around Europe, the left has gone completely insane over this massive landslide victory that Orban has had. And honestly, it really also shows the super anti-democratic nature of our leftist elitists. Because they don't really want democracy. They only want democracy when it serves them, when the outcome serves their leftist global agenda. And that's exactly why we've seen that the media, the mainstream media, the EU bureaucrats and other left-wing politicians have done basically everything they could in order to prevent Orban from being re-elected. As you know, they've called him a racist over the years for not wanting mass migration to Hungary. They've called him a bigot for not wanting children to be exposed to harmful LGBT propaganda. And most recently, they, of course, called him a pro-Putin shill for not jumping on the train of hate Russia. And this all, of course, stems from the fact that they hate about him that he stands for the Hungarian people. He doesn't cater to the globalists. He doesn't cater to the bureaucrats. He caters to a Hungary that is strong, that is proud, that's Christian, and that celebrates its own national identity, that protects its borders and also supports its families. And it turns out that if you do that as a leader, if you stand for your own people first, that those people will in fact vote for you.
It's just interesting that in the two big national elections in which, roughly speaking, nationalists won, our country in 2016, yesterday in Hungary, the international left in both cases somehow blames Russia, which wasn't involved in either one so far as I know. That's kind of the go-to excuse, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's their favorite excuse now, and there are many more, of course. Like I said, these people aren't actually, in fact, democratic. And they won't stop now that Orban has won. They use all sorts of arguments to say that the elections were rigged or they were fraudulent or all sorts of things. So they definitely won't stop. Orban has won, but they'll just ramp up the hate campaign because they are terrified that this sets an example for the rest of the Western world. And the example, of course, is that, yes, in fact, we can reject globalism and we can embrace, a country can embrace national values, can embrace traditional values. So this shows that we can turn away from that. And the thing is that it's not just about Hungary. This is a choice that we in the West all right now have to make. We either follow into the steps of the globalists and we submit to their agenda, or we go forward and we embrace our future and stand for it like the Hungarian people have done.
That's right. And clearly this is the future. I mean, the globalists have destroyed their own future with their response to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Joe Biden is destroying globalism because everything is irony. Great to see it. Eva, it's great to see you tonight. Thank you.